do it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
It's too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
We knew it was just a matter of time. Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
GC Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
Let's all ignore the fact I almost missed qualifying and starting the stream on time. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Fearless Broadcasting. My name's Pat Wilkinson, up in the booth, solo once again on a late night, Friday night, with the Friday Night O'Reilly's Racing League, and I just realized the N on the timing tower is too short, or is not uppercase, so there we go. With the Friday Night O'Reilly's Racing League here on Fearless Broadcasting, brought to you in part by Juicy Spider, Premier Racing Setups, Goose's Rattlecan Shop, Rock Bottom Racing, Puffy's Swag Shop, and the Fearless Setup Shop. Forgive me, I'm a little discombobulated at the moment. I almost missed the start of the stream and I went, oh no! Here at Darlington tonight with the Friday Night O'Reilly's Racing League 100-lap race in the O'Reilly's Cup cars. 2 25-lap stages, 25, 50, and then 100 to complete out the race. McKay Rigby up in the front at the moment. Toby Estes in second. Nick Hapiak. Hapiak? I believe that's how you say that. Briley Wright, Brian Zimmerman, Brad Davis, TJ Wood, Brady Zeller, Brandon Pfeiffer, because it's been a week, McCoy Banke, Max DiFilippi, Ian Menezes, Bradley Hubbard, Tommy Withers, Jared Parks, Kyle Wellman, Warren Cook, Brian Cook, Patrick Allen, Mason Ward, and Hunter Foist. Mason Ward up to 14th place at the moment. See if we can catch his qualifying run here. At Darlington Speedway, going to be a great night of racing in these O'Reilly's Cup cars. We'll watch Mason Ward come back around through turns 3 and 4. Darlington being a unique setup racetrack, one corner just that little bit wider than the other, or longer in terms of distance than the other. Very interesting racetrack here in South Carolina. Turns 1 and 2 being a smoother, wider bank, and turns 3 and 4 being a tighter, taller banking, which makes everything just that little bit more unique, especially in these NASCAR O'Reilly's Cup Series cars, or in any real race car to begin with. We were playing around in practice earlier, and I could not get through turn 3 for the life of me. Going to be a great night of racing here at Darlington. I believe, is this the one that's too tough to tame? I can't remember. Yes, it is. Too tough to tame, Darlington in South Carolina. Not sure how many more guys we're going to have for qualifying here. Jared Parks, Warren Cook, Brian Cook, and Patrick Allen not yet qualified. It appears my friend in the other 82 car is not out here tonight, which is a shame in my opinion. I like my friends in the fellow number 82 machines. End of qualifying. McKay Rigby, Toby Estes, Nick Hapiak, Kyle Wellman, Briley Wright, Brian Zimmerman, Brad Davis, TJ Wood, Brady Zeller, Brandon T. Pfeiffer, McCoy Bank, Max DiFilippi, Ian Menezes, Hunter Foist, Mason Ward, don't know why I keep wanting to say Mason Wood, Mason Ward, Bradley Hubbard, Tommy Withers, Jared Parks, Brian Cook, Warren Cook, Patrick Allen, and Dakota Dodge. 22 cars in the race. Oh, I like that 43. Ian Menezes in a Ken Block inspired Toyota Supra out there on the racetrack. I love that. Hang on, I gotta get a better view of this race car. Oh, absolutely. I love that. Oh, man, that makes me happy. That is a beautiful race car. I love that. Right, now that we've had my little fangirl moment. 22 cars gridded up, Dakota Dodge being the last car we are waiting on at the moment. Not sure if he is spectating or if he is going to race tonight. McKay Rigby in the number 27 up the front. Premier Racing Setups number 27. Unfortunately, we, due to my own mistake, missed our opportunity to do our sponsorship with Premier Racing Setups. Fearless Broadcasting is proud to be sponsored by Premier Racing Setups. Use code FEARLESS15 at checkout, FEARLESS15 at checkout for 15% off your orders. Nobody rolling off here. There we go. I do not know why. I don't know if I can change that because it does seem a little bit slow tonight between the race and the broadcast, what I'm seeing versus what you guys are seeing. 21 cars out on the racetrack. Hunter Foist down pit road already or is out of the race. Pace car's lights are off. Going to be going green flag this time by. Everybody trying to get their cars warmed up as quickly as they can. Pace car diving down pit road, rolling up towards the restart zone, waiting on the green flag. Through turn 4 we go. Everyone trying to stay up on the high line. Green flag is out here at Darlington 2 with a huge jump start there, almost pummeling the heck out of the 18 car just ahead of them. 27 away clean, 19-22. The 9, the 28, and the 18 all up at the front. 9 car pulling up of Kyle Wellman in the early part of this race. A lot of action already happening behind them as we charge down through turns 3 and 4. Let's jump back a little bit and some of this side-by-side action. We'll jump down to Brandon T. Pfeiffer in the 54. Door-to-door with the number 2. Premier Racing Setups machine, 54 body armor. Ford Mustang challenging the number 2 Premier Racing Setups Camaro just ahead of him. 25 and the 12 just behind. Down the backstretch we go. Oh, we have a spinner already. 20 car of Brady Zeller spins out. 53 gets collected of Dakota Dodge. No caution. Both cars on the apron of the racetrack here. Not sure what the deal is. 20 missing. Oh, I was about to say, that's just how far in the 20's tire on the left-hand side got knocked in. 20 of Brady Zeller already with huge problems here as we see McKay Rigby up in McKay Rigby, excuse me. I really gotta figure out how to say people's names. I apologize. Dakota Dodge also jumping down to pit road. 27-19, the 9. 22-18, and 28 are your top 6. 27 and the 19 having a good little spat up here. 19 is only about a car and a half, one car behind. Jared Parks down pit road. Not sure if he was involved in that incident, but he's going very slow. Brady Zoller, down pit road. Everybody's starting to try and settle in here. 9 car with a huge run into turn 1, trying to capitalize on the exit of turn 2, trying to run all the way down to the bottom. Concrete surface here at Darlington tends to get hot quick and very, very slick. Everybody trying to run the high line. That's where all the grip is. More of a unique racetrack than anything else. Don't see a lot of trying to run all the way up against the wall for a lot of the racetracks here. Everybody tries to run, top, bottom, top through corners at most racetracks, or outside, inside, outside. They're trying to hit the apex of the corners. 27 choosing to run a little bit lower this time, all the way down to the dotted white line off of turn 4. He's still leading the way here. McKay Rigby, having led 7 laps so far out here tonight. 19 right there with him, scraping up against the wall. Got to watch out for the marbles up towards the wall there. 27 starting to pull away again. 9 right behind him, looking to make a move on the 19 through turn 3. 9 car choosing to go way down low. Does not have the momentum to do so. Off of turn 4, he's still behind the 19. Let's jump back down into the field once again, down to Max DiFilippi in the 12, trying to chase down the 26, excuse me. I thought that said 25. 26 just ahead of him. 54 and the 28, excuse me. I'm trying to read these numbers and they're darn near invisible. 28, 54, 12, and the 26. As we see the 12 make a move past TJ Wood in the 26 Toyota for 9th place. Max DiFilippi. Jump down a little bit further towards the rear of the field here. Let's go down to Brian Cook in the 15. Running in a little bit by himself here at the moment. Warren Cook also a few seconds behind the pace. He is 13 seconds down off the leader. Not sure what happened to these guys. Hunter Foist is 3 laps down after that early wreck. Dakota Dodge also back out on the racetrack in the 53. Not sure where he is at the moment. Patrick Allen down pit road in the 45. Let's jump back out through the field a little bit here. Let's jump up to Mason Ward in the 00, who we rode on board with during qualifying in the Monster 00. I'm pretty sure that car is supposed to look like it's got scales on it. And with how the zeros are set up, they're supposed to look like eyes. Oh, I just saw a tooth. I see Toothless on the hood. I like that. That's cute. 00 trying to chase down the 35 of McCoy Bank. TJ Wood up the road ahead of him. Max DiFilippi ahead of them. Brandon T. Pfeiffer in the 54 in 8th. Brian Zimmerman in 7th. Riley Wright in 6th. Brad Davis in 5th. Nick Hapiak in 4th. Kyle Wellman in 3rd. Toby Estes and McKay Rigby still running 1-2. Up to Riley Wright now as everybody starts getting settled in. As darkness continues to set in here at Darlington. Too tough to tame here in South Carolina. Everybody doing a great job at conserving their cars so far throughout this race. We will have a stage caution at lap 25. Pretty good action in this little pack here. Between the 18, 2, 22, and the 9. 22 and the 9 side by side down the front stretch. 2 trying to block the 18 with all the racetrack he has available to him. Got to be careful not to be chopping noses off. That's how you ruin your own race doing so. 18 right underneath the bumper and that wing of the 2-car. 2-car blocking a little bit once again. I have a feeling this 18 car is not going to stand for too much more of that as he gets a good run over the inside. Through turn 3 and 4, he's on the fender of the 2, starting to fall back a little bit here. 18 not quite clear yet into turn 1. Does not have the momentum to make it past the 2 of Brad Davis, who we're on board with now. 18 of Riley Wright trying to run down the 2 at the moment. 22 of Nick Happyack back up to 3rd. Kyle Wellman in 4th. 2-car trying to make a move past him, starting to see some more action. 28, 54, 12, and the 26 starting to catch up to this pack here at the moment. Not sure if these guys are gonna try and make a move past our 3 that we're on board with now. 2-car blocking way down low, trying to keep that 18 from taking the inside line. Whoa, big slide from the 18 into turn 3. Managed to make it stick. 54 of Brandon T. Pfeiffer up into the wall. Huge rear damage for him as well. 12 of Max DiFilippi right next to him as well. 28 of Brian Zimmerman looking to make the move up the inside of the 2. These guys really starting to put on a good show here. We'll jump down to the 12 at the moment of Max DiFilippi. Bit of a scrape off the wall off of turn 2. 54 just ahead of him. Really trying to catch up here. 12 up into the wall into turn 3. Don't want to be doing too much of that. You'll beat the fenders off of it. 54 into the wall. Big spin. 54 gets spun around. Brandon T. Pfeiffer and the 43, I believe that is, of Ian Manessa. No, it wasn't. Who's that? Caution comes out for the first time tonight. Who was that? What just happened? There we go. All right, let's jump back and take a look here. Who is that? That's the 25. Where are you? 25 of Jared Parks. No. Oh, you're kidding. There's 2 cars running the 25. There. 26. TJ Wood. So 54 gets up into the wall. 26 helps him around, and just nothing they could really do about it. First caution of the night here at Darlington Speedway. 54 catching up to the pace car. Spins himself out to avoid a wreck. He is missing his entire rear bumper here. Not sure if he's just going to tow back to the garage. He continues on. Brandon T. Pfeiffer not having a great night out here as the 19 of McKay Rigby. Oh, the 27 of McKay Rigby, excuse me. Still leading the way. 19 of Tobias Stes behind him. Briley Wright up to 3rd. This is Fearless Broadcasting, brought to you in part by the Fearless Setup Shop, Puffy's Swag Shop, Goose's Rattlecan Shop, Rock Bottom Racing, and our friends over at Premier Racing Setups. Use code FEARLESS15, FEARLESS 15 at checkout for 15% off your orders.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Still under caution here at Darlington. Too tough to tame. Here with the Friday night O'Reilly's Racing League. Pace cars lights are off. Going to be going green flag this time by McKay Rigby up in the front. 19 of Toby Estes alongside. Briley Wright, Brad Davis, Brian Zimmerman, Max DiFilippi, McCoy Benke, Mason Ward, Warren Cook, Brian Cook, Nick Hapiak, TJ Wood, Kyle Wellman, Bradley Hubbard, Tommy Withers, Ian Menezes, and Brandon T. Pfeiffer, round out all the cars on the lead lap. Hunter Foist down 3. Patrick Allen is out. Brady Zeller is down 16 laps. We do have a stage caution at lap 25. Not sure if they're going to bump that up to this caution. We've been running pretty okay for the majority of the night. 27 really trying to shove the pace car down the front stretch here. Get going, green flag just that little bit sooner. Waiting on the restart zone. Into it now, green flag is out. 27 with a huge jump. 2 gets involved immediately. He's already in the wall, and the big one right just behind them. Huge one. Directly behind the leaders on the restart. Caution is back out here at Darlington. Let's jump back to the green here. 27 and the 19 get good launches. 2 car immediately just goes up into the wall. 12, 15, 22, 26, 9, and a couple of others get involved immediately. 943 and the 20 all involved here on the second restart, or on the first restart of the night. Not what any of these guys really wanted. McKay Rigby still up the front with the 19 of Toby Estes just behind them. Briley Wright managing to evade all of that in the 18 just behind them. Second caution of the night will end out the stage here at Darlington. We start to see guys come down pit road for the first time tonight. Oop. 27 may have committed to pit road. He might have a penalty here. McKay Rigby may have a 20-second stop and go penalty, which would be very unfortunate for him in the early part of this race. Second caution of the night here at Darlington. This is Fearless Broadcasting. Stay fast and stay fearless, and we will be right back.
Real quick, you both stop the real quick cut. Double check the steering wheel. Control.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Nice and smooth. Get it all done all day long. Got a good feeling about today, guys.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
It's too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
We knew it was just a matter of time. Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1, 2, 3 finish.
We are back once again with the Friday Night O'Reilly's Racing League. McKay Rigby off pit road now, down in 10th place. Not sure if he had to serve an extra penalty or if that was just a slow stop for him. TJ Wood up to the lead of the race. Nick Hapiak, in the Juicy Spider number 22. Just behind him, Brian Zimmerman in the 28. Whoa. Pace car is off. Not sure what just happened there. McKay Rigby up to the front. Brady Zeller is crashed. Not sure if we're going to go one more time. We are going to go one more time. Continuing on the second caution of the night. Not sure what these guys are really doing here. 26, 27, 22, and the 28. All jockeying for position here at Darlington under caution. Waiting on the pace car here. 26 sliding down to the bottom of the racetrack. Let's take a look at what happens here. We're going to be going green flag this time by, hopefully. Not sure if they have decided for a single file restart. Toby Estes, Briley Wright jumping to pit road. Not sure what happened with them. I have no idea what just happened here. Race car is off. No, it's not. We're going around again. What is happening here with the Friday Night O'Reilly's Racing League? I have no idea. Pace car's lights are back on for one more time here at Darlington. Trying to get the field set up correctly for the restart. '26 trying to pull in front of the 27 once again. Really not 100% sure what's going on here. Nobody is lining up in position at all as we are rolling behind the pace car once again. Pace car is off. Let's see if we go green this time. Our top two side by side. Waiting on the restart. Not sure what's going on here. 22 stuck in the middle for a second there. 28 pulling alongside. Green flag is out after several laps of confusion here at Darlington. Not sure if they just wanted to finish out the stage. And more to the point, I have no idea who won it anymore. 27 of McKay Rigby back up to the front. 26 of TJ Wood right behind him. 22 of Nick Hapiak right behind them. Top three on your screens now. 28, the double zero. 2 car lengths back. Trying to make some magic happen through turn 3 and 4. Down past the start-finish line we go once again. Still on board with the 26. Through turns 1 and 2, running nice and high into the corners. Trying to dive a little bit down. Stay in the draft of the 27 and the 22. Trying to work together. 26 all over the bumper of the 27. Let's start jumping down a little bit here. Down to Tommy Withers. 43 monster of Ian Menezes just behind him. 30 of 100 laps this time by. 7 car trying to chase down the 12 of Max DiFilippi just ahead of him. Mason Ward in the double zero ahead of him. 43 of Ian Menezes and 54 of Brandon behind him. 54 of the Pfeiffer really starting to try and make up some time here at Darlington Speedway. Excuse me. I'm tired tonight, and it's clearly showing because I'm slurring all of my words together and I can't seem to stop for some reason. 54. Whoa, we have a caution. TJ Wood. Oh no. 26 car. Oh. I mean, 22 got a run on the high side after the 26 kind of moved down towards the bottom, tried coming back across, and hooked himself on the 22 and gets towed back to pit road. McKay Rigby up the front in the 27. Nick Hapiak up the second now. Brian Zimmerman in third. Mason Ward in fourth. Max DiFilippi in fifth. Tommy Withers sixth. Brandon T. Pfeiffer in seventh. Ian Menezes in eighth. McCoy Bank in ninth. Brad Davis in 10th. Bradley Hubbard in 11th. Brian and Warren Cook 13th and 14th respectively. Hunter Foist 2 laps down in 14th. Not the night these guys wanted. Third caution of the night with the Friday Night O'Reilly's Racing League, brought to you by those of us here at Fearless Broadcasting. Stay fast and stay fearless. Brought to you in part by the Fearless Setup Shop, Puffy's Swag Shop, Goose's Rattlecan Shop, Rock Bottom Racing, and our friends over at Premier Racing Setups. Use code FEARLESS15, FEARLESS 15 at checkout for 15% off your order. 49 of Hunter Foist getting another lap back. He's only 1 lap down now. Come down the backstretch. I believe pace car's lights will be off this time by. Will be green flag momentarily. You will all excuse me while I step away for just a moment. I need a drink of water. Apologies for that. Pace car's lights are off. Going to be going green flag this time by 27, 28, 00, the 12, 754, 64, and the 35, running out your top 8. Plenty of good guys out here in the front. 27 of McKay Rigby being a little aggressive out there tonight, in my opinion. He's been trying to run this race and dominate it for the majority of the night. As you watch the third caution come to a close here at Darlington. Too tough to tame with the Friday Night O'Reilly's Racing League getting ready to go green flag in just a moment here. Pace car is down pit road. Everybody getting stacked up as this one. Rolling down towards the restart zone. Green flag is out. 27 with a huge jump right off the gate. 00 trying to do the same. 28 and the 12 not having as good of a start. 12 looking up the bottom of the racetrack. 27 running the midline into turn 1, going up high. Through turn 2, down towards the bottom. Off of 2, and down the backstretch he goes. 00 of Mason Ward up the second, and a car and a half clear at least. 2 cars clear. Starting to lose a little bit of time. 3, 4. Pressure starting to get turned on. 28, 12, 54, and the 7 starting to catch up a little bit here. 12 making a move on the 28, down to the bottom of the racetrack he goes. Take a look at the 12 of Max DiFilippi. He is past the 28, 7 looking to make a move on the 54 just behind him. Down to the bottom of the racetrack with the 35 pushing. 28, 54, 7, and the 35 off of turn 4. I keep getting lost on ovals. That's a really bad sign. Comes down to the 35 of McCoy Benke. Whoa, 64 with a big slide into turn 1. Managed to recover that. What a save from the 64. of Bradley Hubbard. Brian Cook up to 11th. Oh, back down. Okay. Up to 10th now. 35 starting to work with this 7 Mobil 1 car of Tommy Withers just ahead of him. 28 of Brian Zimmerman just up the road with them. 28 running that car nice and high through the corners. 1 and 2. 35 taking a bit of a peek up the inside of up the outside, of the 7. Decides against it, knowing that's a very tricky move to pull off here at Darlington. Knowing that the high side of the corner is the better line through turns 3 and 4. 35 trying to stay within about a car and a half to keep that draft nice and effective. Running the midline, looking up the inside, trying to get a run off a turn 2 down the backstretch. Doesn't have the momentum to do it. 64 in the 22. 64 with a radio issue there, blinking back into existence. Has to check up into turn 3. Big slide from him. 22 all the way up to the wall. 15 of Brian Cook just behind them. 22 looking up the inside of the 64. Down the front stretch we go. 22 with a good run off of turn 4. Will he have the momentum into turns 1 and 2? Door to door with a 64. Keeps it clean. He is up to 8th place at the moment, having lost 5 positions since the start. 64 of Bradley Hubbard trying to keep the pressure on, though. Off of turn 3 and into 4. Decides against it, slows down. 35 ahead of the 22 of McCoy Benke. I don't know which one it is, so I apologize if it's wrong. 35 ahead of the 22 with the 7 ahead of them. Trying to get some good speed going off of turn 2. 22 with a good run off of 2. Down to the bottom of the racetrack. Looking up the inside into turn 3. Gets a good jump on the brakes. Trying to hold that inside line on the 33. Does not quite have it off of turn 4. Looking up once again. This time looking up the high side. Through turns 1 and 2. Trying to run that car nice and smooth. Works it down towards the bottom. Gets a good run. 35 goes down to race the 7, Stuttered over my own words. 35 looked down to the bottom of the 7. 22 did the same thing. 64 and the 22. Looking to get past both of them. 22 with a big drift off of turn 4. 64 makes the move on the 35 and the 7 at the same time. 35 of McCoy Bank, and the 64 of Bradley Hubbard working with the 22 to get past the 7 of Tommy Withers. Let's jump back up to the battle for the lead here. McKay Rigby over 3 seconds clear at the moment. 7 laps to go in stage number 2. Mason Ward in second. Max DiFilippi in third in the 12. Fighting with Brandon T. Pfeiffer in the 54. Let's take a look at some of this action here. This is the battle for third at the moment. Off of turn 2. 54 up into the wall. 12 trying to run him down. 54 and the 12 really putting on a good show here tonight so far at Darlington. 12 with a bit of a slide off of turn 4. Not sure if he's going to have the momentum down the front stretch into turn 1. 54 of Brandon T. Pfeiffer really trying to run that race car back into a nice groove, knowing he's very good out here. Max DiFilippi also a fast driver out here in the number 12 car just behind him. Brian Zimmerman down in 5th, slowing down a little bit, trying to conserve tires, run out to the end of the stage here. Is probably the majority of these guys' best option at the moment. Don't want to burn it up too quick, don't want to wreck anybody else out. No point in having a caution at this point of the night. 5 laps to go in the stage. 54 all the way up to the wall. Managed to recover it. Under pressure from the 12, looking up the inside. Double zero of Mason Ward just ahead of him. I'm still seeing that goofy little grin of Toothless on the hood of the 00 of Mason Ward just up the road, and it's just making me laugh every time I see it as he's up into the wall. Same way we saw with the 54. Good recovery, managing to get it back off. That's a very interesting situation to be in here at Darlington, especially. Those walls, once you're up into them, are very hard to try and pull away from. 54 looking up the 00 on the inside. 12 going around the 54 on the bottom of the racetrack with a good run off of turn 4. Doesn't quite have it back into turn 1. 54 running a high line right behind the 00. Manages to keep ahead of the 12. 00 starting to get under pressure now. 54 up the inside, way down to the bottom of the racetrack. Manages to get around him. Staying real low here through turns 3 and 4. 12 going on the inside now. 00 not wanting to relent the position that easy. 00 with a big wiggle off of turn 4. Forces the 12 down to the bottom of the racetrack. Bit of risky business there from the 00 on the 12. Hard racing, but good racing in my opinion. I didn't see any contact. I believe the 00 had a bit of a wiggle down the front stretch. That does happen in these race cars, as we have seen on the restarts. 1 lap to go in the stage. McKay Rigby up in the front. He is over 6.1 seconds ahead in the Premier Racing Setups number 27. Down the backstretch he goes, all in a world of his own. The Boeing backstretch here at Darlington Speedway. Comes back around through turns 3 and 4 to win stage number 2 here at Darlington. Proving it's not so hard for him to tame out here tonight. Oh, no stage caution? Okay, no stage caution. I guess, oh, there it is. I was about to go, oh, hey, no stage caution. Woohoo! Just keep on going. I guess not. McKay Rigby wins stage number 2. Let's see if we can get him up in here before everybody decides to go down pit road. McKay Rigby, this is Pat Wilkinson up in the booth. You got me.
Hey, what's up? What's up? I got you.
Congratulations on the winning of stage number 2 here at Darlington. Looks like you got this place's number out there tonight. What's your secret to being so darn fast?
I can't tell, but we worked on what's it called? Driving the setup and getting it on the right rear. Just forcing it on the right rear, just trying to burn the right rear tire off and get the car a little bit loose. It's tight tonight.
As we've been seeing all night, everybody's been having grip problems, especially on the high side of the racetrack here. Is it better to try and run up towards the wall or about half a lane lower?
I'd say stay completely off that wall. I'm on the white line really, so I'm just trying to race and stay in clean air and get the right rear off the tire, because the higher you go up the racetrack, the more you're going to burn the right front.
All right, well, we'll let you go through your pit stop. Appreciate your time, and hope to talk to you at the end of the night.
Hopefully.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I believe he's with PRS. 4th caution of the night for the end of stage number 2 here at Fearless Broadcasting with the Friday Night O'Reilly's Racing League here at Darlington. Brought to you in part by Puffy's Swag Shop, Goose's Rattlecan Shop, Rock Bottom Racing, and the Fearless Setup Shop. And sponsored in part by our friends over at Premier Racing Setups. Use code FEARLESS15 for 15% off your orders.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one. Premier Racing Setup.
Almost played the ad twice by accident. McKay Rigby back up to the front even after the pit stop. Brandon T. Pfeiffer alongside in the number 54, 00 of Mason Ward. Behind the 27, Max DiFilippi in the 12. Brian Zimmerman, third in line on the bottom in the 28, 64 of Bradley Hubbard on the high side. Those are your top 6 at the moment. 13 cars still on the lead lap. Brady Zeller down 15 at the moment. Hunter Foyce, TJ Wood, Kyle Wellman, Toby Estes, Briley Wright, Patrick Allen, and Jared Parks, I believe, are all out of the race here. Pace car is off. Turn 4 we go, getting ready to go green flag once again here at Darlington for stage number 3, 50 laps to go, or just under. Green flag is out, 27 and the 00 away beautifully. Mason Ward, oh, we have a caution out immediately. Bradley Hubbard. Oh, big hit on the 28. Not sure what caused that. Might have clipped the 43 there. So let's jump back and rewind. Down to TV2. I think he lit up the tires on the restart, as we've seen so often tonight, and just completely roundhouse the 28, excuse me. Not the restart he wanted. Having extra damage on that race car. Brian Cook in the 15 also down pit road. Fifth caution of the night here at Darlington, proving too tough to tame for a good almost half of the field out here tonight, as we have only 11 cars now on the lead lap. Excuse me. Fearless Broadcasting, also sponsored in part by our friends over at Juicy Spider. Great guys who know their way around CADs and animation software. If you want any graphics done for your iRacing leagues, go over to Juicy Spider. We'll be back in just a minute.
Real quick, you both stop the real quick touch. Double check the steering wheel.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Nice and smooth. Get it all done all day long. Got a good feeling about today, guys.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
It's too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
We knew it was just a matter of time. Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1, 2, 3 finish.
We are back once again with the Friday Night O'Reilly's Racing League here at Darlington. Everybody getting stacked up once again. Brad Davis, last car on the lead lap. He's down in 12th in the number 2. McKay Rigby in control of the race restart once again. Really trying to push this pace car all the way around the racetrack. 00 of Mason Ward alongside Brandon Pfeiffer behind. Max DiFilippi in the 12 behind the 00. 35 of McCoy Benke behind. third in line on the bottom. Pace car is down pit road, rolling up towards the restart zone. Marbles on the racetrack getting scattered everywhere. Green flag is out. 27 and the 00 away beautifully. 54 and the 12 away equally as good. Through turns 1 and 2 we go. 27 running nice and high. 12 and the 54 beating doors off each other. Off of turn 2. Jump and take a look at some of that. Brandon T. Pfeiffer getting ahead of the 12. McCoy Benke at the inside of the 12 as well, trying to get past the 12 of Max DiFilippi. 12 car looking up the inside of the 54, running the 54 up just a little bit high there. Scraping the wall off of turn 1 and 2. Whoa, big slide from the 12. Hooked himself around off of the corner exit. Managed to recover it without hopefully doing too much damage to that race car, but that car hooked hard right off of turn 2 there. I think he's got some damage now because that car is definitely crabbed over a little bit. You can tell he is starting to really struggle with wrestling that car around the corner. 35 scraping up against the wall off of turn 2 there. 12 starting to get back into a rhythm. 7 of Tommy Withers just behind them. 27 and the 00 starting to fall back a little bit here. Not sure if they're having a problem or what. Oop, don't want to be hitting buttons too many times here. 54 and the 00 of Mason Ward and Brandon T. Pfeiffer fighting it out for second place into turn 1. 27 of McKay Rigby trying to hold his position at the moment. 00 under threat from the 54 just behind him. Mason Ward. Whoa, 35 right up the bump of Ward. 12 car right behind 35. Everybody starting to get real racy here with 38 laps to go here at Darlington. Need to keep their cars as clean as they can throughout the remainder of this race. Still plenty of time left to go here in South Carolina at the track that is too tough to tame. Down the Boeing backstretch they go. 00 running nice and high, trying to get away from the 54 there. 54 with a good run through turns 3 and 4. Not having the speed he was looking for down the front stretch into turn 1 and 2 once again. 54 looking up the inside, slides up high. 00 up into the wall, seeing the sparks fly off the right side of that race car. 12 looking up the inside of the 54. Once again, Max DiFilippi up to third at the moment. See if he can hold off the 54. Side by side down the front stretch, beating off each other's doors here. Got to be real careful doing that. 54 up into the wall. Still stuck up there. He's still scraping off the wall. Managed to get it off, finally. That is the worst feeling, I can promise you. Getting those race cars stuck up against the wall and you can't get them back off. It is like super glue. 35 as it goes into the wall. 7 and the 54 side by side off of turn 4 there. Still side by side down the front stretch. Jumped down to the 7 of Tommy Withers. Chasing down the 54 now. 28 and the 43 just behind. 2 of Brad Davis behind them. Ian Menezes in the Monster Energy number 43. Ken Block inspired machine. I do love that race car out there. That is probably the best race car out there tonight. 34 laps to go this time by. Everybody's starting to get settled in once again. Brian Cook still the last car on the lead lap. He is 12 seconds off the leader in the number 16, or the number 15, excuse me. Jump down to him. He's in a world all by himself here off of turn 2. The A&W number 15 car out here at the moment. Not a great night for him, unfortunately. That's just the way these races go sometimes. It also seems to me that he has knocked that front right completely out of alignment. That is probably why he is losing so much time out here at the moment. Nick Hapiak, also with a similar problem. He's almost 10 or 11 seconds off the pace now in the Juicy Spider number 22. Not sure what's happened to him. He's struggling out here at the moment as well. Could be that he's out of the draft in a world by himself, knowing that the 15 of Brian Cook is not a viable option to fall back and draft with due to the damage on the 15 car. Jump back up to the battle for the lead. McKay Rigby under pressure from the 00 and the 12 of Mason Ward and Max DiFilippi. Down the front strip they go into turns 1 and 2. 00 trying to catch up to the 27 all the way up to the wall there. Trying to get it back down and get smooth. Smoother corners are going to help these guys in the long run of this race, excuse me. Trying to keep myself awake and coherent at the moment. 30 laps to go here at Darlington. '27 Premier Racing Setups machine of McKay Rigby, having led the majority of the night out here, all but 4 laps, 3 or 4 laps here. 00 of Mason Ward up 13 positions. He is the most improved car on track out here at the moment. Max DiFilippi in third, just behind them. 00 and the 27 starting to pull away from the 12. 54 of Brandon Pfeiffer, a few seconds behind as well. McCoy Benke, another second behind him. Everybody's starting to get spaced out nice and wide now. Brian Cook, almost 20 seconds behind the leader. Not sure what a lap time looks like around here, really. Not having a whole lot of racing experience here at Darlington myself, unfortunately. Not a huge fan of short track racing. Give me. Need to go back to the Clint Boyer era of 5-hour energy. I run on 5-hour energy. That's why I'm always so excited all the time. Because I am always awake. Just have me 13 5-hour energies and I'm going to be just fine. Nick Hapiak down pit road. Not sure if he's just going to call it a night out there, but down pit road this time might be the start of green flag pit stops. 25 laps to go at the line here. About the right time for green flag stops to start happening. Got to see who else is going to come for a stop. 27 and the 00 staying out at the moment. Max DiFilippi up to third once again. Brandon T. Pfeiffer down in fourth. Let's jump and take a look at some of the action here. 12 and the 54 have been battling it out for the majority of the night. Max DiFilippi and Brandon Pfeiffer duking it out for third place at the moment. Once again, down the Boeing backstretch they go here at Darlington with the Friday Night O'Reilly's Racing League. 12 car all the way up to the wall, scraping off it slightly. 54 trying to keep up, managing to have a slower corner, but a much better grip corner. Tommy Withers down pit road. Not sure who else is going to start thinking about coming down for green flag pit stops. Or if they're going to try and run these cars out as far as they will go. 12 car all the way down to the bottom of the racetrack. He's coming down. Max DiFilippi, 28. Whoa! go side by side into pit road. Brian Zimmerman, Ian Menezes as well down pit road. Very bold move from the 28. Not sure how much of a code brown that was going to be for the 12 there. Okay, Rigby coming down pit road this time. I'm not sure if Mason Ward is following him. Yes, he is. Brandon Pfeiffer staying out at the moment. 35 of McCoy Benke staying out with him. New race leader, Brandon T. Pfeiffer at the moment. 35 of McCoy Benke. Brad Davis down in third in the number 2. Warren Cook up to fourth in the number 16. Brandon T. Pfeiffer really needing to turn up the pressure here, try to get back out in front of, he's got to come down pit road this time. McCoy Benke staying out, new race leader. Warren Cook still in fourth place at the moment. He goes down pit road. McCoy Benke, only car that has stayed out, trying to go as long as possible. McKay Rigby, Mason Ward, Ian Menezes, Brian Zimmerman, Tommy Withers, and Nick Hapiak back out on track. Max DiFilippi and Brian Cook still down pit road. Not sure if these guys have a problem or if they're staying down there to repair some extra damage. 35 down pit road this time. Brad Davis, Brandon T. Pfeiffer, and Warren Cook staying out. 27 of McKay Rigby back onto the lead lap. Your race leader once again. If he can get out ahead of McCoy Benke. $20 laps to go here at Darlington Speedway. This is Fearless Broadcasting, brought to you in part by the Fearless Setup Shop, Puffy, Swag Shop, Goose, Rattlecan Shop, Rock Bottom Racing, and our friends over at Premier Racing Setups. Use code FEARLESS15, FEARLESS15 at checkout for 15% off your orders. McKay Rigby back up to the lead of the race here. McCoy Benke down to 6th off of pit road. Mason Ward in the 00 right behind the 27 once again. Tommy Withers up to 3rd at the moment. He's over 5 seconds behind. Brad Davis in 4th, another second and a half, another 1 second behind Brad Davis at the moment. Through turns 1 and 2 we go. Less than 20 laps to go here at Darlington. 00 up into the wall. 16 off pit road. Warren Cook. Don't know why I thought 76. It's like Martin Truex. When did you show up? Brandon T. Pfeiffer back down pit road. Not sure if he's got a problem out there in that number 54. Back through turns 1 and 2, 18 laps to go here. 27 of McKay Rigby doing the masterclass at the moment, having led all but, well, let's think here. 83 to 77, that's 6 laps. He has led all but 6 laps of this race here at Darlington so far tonight. Absolute masterclass showing from him. Mason Ward not letting him run away with it, though. He's really trying to put the pressure on here. Looking up the inside, down the backstretch they go. 00 within a half a car length. Looking up the inside, decides not to do it. Back in through turns 3 and 4. Staying a little bit high. Trying to get a run off of turn 4 down the front stretch. Getting a good run. He's on the fender of the 27, side by side into turn 1. This is the battle for the lead. 00 still there with him. Having to back out at the moment. 27 getting the lead again once off of turn 2. Down the backstretch. 00 starting to fall way back. Not sure if he hit something or slid up into the wall on turn 2 there. 00 falling a good bit back here. He's almost a full half second behind with 27. 15 laps to go here at Darlington. Time running out for a lot of these guys out here. Only 8 cars left on the lead lap. Max DiFilippi down 1. Brian and Warren Cook both down 2. Brandon Pfeiffer out of the race. Bradley Hubbard and Brady Zeller both down 10 and 14 laps respectively. Unfortunate night for a lot of guys out here. Time running out for a lot of these guys to try and take away the win from the 27 of McKay Rigby here at Darlington. 13 to go. 82 of 88 laps led under the lights here. In that Premier Racing Setups number 27. Just absolute dominance out here on the racetrack tonight, proving that he is a absolute monster out there in these race cars. These O'Reilly's race cars having very limited aero and very limited grip make them an incredibly fun car to drive, but are incredibly difficult to really master, as we are seeing just absolute masterclass effort out here from the 2764 starting to get up in the way. Pulls off of turn 2, straight across the 00's nose. Very risky business there from the 64 on the 00, especially when he is 11 laps down at the moment. Bradley Hubbard almost taking out the 00 off of turn 2, trying to clear after the 27 had gone by. 11 laps to go, 10 at the line here at Darlington. McKay Rigby almost a full second up on the 00 of Mason Ward just behind him. Let's jump. Oop, that's too far back. Mason Ward just entering turn 3 now. 00 might have a little bit of a time with the clean air around him. Try to make some magic happen here in the dying laps of this race. 10 laps to go this time by. Trying to run nice and smooth at this point. Earn the points you can and earn the team points you can. Get whatever you can is left out there on the racetrack tonight, because it is just all McKay Rigby out here at the moment. He is just destroying everybody on the racetrack. Mason Ward having not yet led a lap over the entirety of the night. Trying to run down the 27 once again. He's within half a second. Down the Boeing backstretch we go here at Darlington. Past the Earnhardt Towers into turns 3 and 4. Running way up high on the entry, man. Get that car wiggled back down. Really trying to get this car to work nicely for him. Back into turn 1 we go. Through turn 2, down the backstretch once again. Lap traffic trying to stay out of the way. 43, next car to let them pass. 15 cars letting by on the back of your screen there. 43, trying to stay out of the way of the 27 as he goes through turn 1. Doing the same for the 00 as they go through turn 2. Time really starting to run out here. Mason Ward needing to make the opportunity happen for himself here, or hope that there is the almighty Hail Mary caution here in the dying laps of this race, where the entire field gets reset. Get another good crack on the restart. Hope we don't go to overtime. If he can get the better launch on the 27 on a restart, he might have a snowball's chance, but at the moment, he is doing his damnedest to run down the 27 of McKay Rigby just ahead of him. Brian Zimmerman behind him in the 28. Brad Davis in 4th. Tommy Withers in 5th. McCoy Benke in 6th. And Nick Hapiak in 7th. Everybody else is down at least one lap. Ian Menezes Max DiFilippi, Warren Cook and Brian Cook, Bradley Hubbard, Brandon T. Pfeiffer, out of the race in 13th. Brady Zeller down 14 in 14th position. Hunter Foist, TJ Wood, Kyle Wellman, Toby Estes, Riley Wright, Patrick Allen, all out of the race. Jared Parks and Dakota Dodge out as well. Mason Ward falling back once again. 4 laps to go, 3 at the line. McKay Rigby will jump back up to now. Going to have just obliterated the field out here tonight. Started up on the pole and just ran away with it. 3 laps to go here at Darlington in the Premier Racing Setups number 27. Scraping up against the wall off of turn 1, trying to run it back down into the bottom of turn 2. Down the backstretch we go once again. Into turn 3 and 4, 2 laps to go. Anything after this will be overtime if we have a caution. 2 more times for McKay Rigby to win here under the lights here in South Carolina at Darlington, proving that he has been able to tame the beast here. 20 car spinning himself out off of turn 2. We're still green though. Brady Zeller in the 20. Not sure if he's just going to tow himself back to pit road. White flag is out, coming back no matter what. Trying to get this done out here tonight. McKay Rigby running away with it for the majority of the night. 95 at the line of 100 laps. All but 5 laps he has led out here tonight. 5 or 6 cautions, if memory serves me. And it's just been absolute dominance and masterclass from the 27 as he comes back across the start-finish line and wins here with the Friday Night O'Reilly's Racing League here at Darlington. What a show he's put on for us tonight. Let's see if we can get him up here. McKay Rigby, this is Pat Wilkinson up in the booth once again. You got me.
I got you this time.
What a show out there, having led 95 of 100 laps here under the lights in South Carolina at Darlington, proving that you know how to tame the beast. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm freaking excited, man. It was tight. We were trying our hardest to find something there, and I found it. I was really worried about this race because it was going to be tight and whatnot, but we're here now, so I'm happy. We got championship points.
Couldn't agree with you more. Congratulations once again. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we sign off?
Nothing else. Have a good night, man.
All right. Appreciate that. Good night.
Yep.
Let's see if we can get Mason Ward in here next. Mason Ward, this is Pat Wilkinson up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Mason, you were very close to getting past McKay Rigby up in that 27 car. A few good times tonight. You were within half a second of him for the majority of the race. Was there a kind of issue you might have had that prevented you from winning out there tonight? Or was there just not enough to give?
I just knew... I knew for me to get past him, I had to be forceful with it, and I don't want to be that guy, so I was trying to do it kind of tactily. But I was trying to do it really early in the run because he could save his tires way better than I could. Because I'd be able to hang with him for 15 laps or so, but he would just start inching away from me. So, I mean, I'm not trying to wall him into or door him into the wall, but I was trying hard to get past him.
As we saw for the majority of the night. Regardless, congratulations on a commendable second place finish out there. Most improved car on the track, having made up 13 positions since the start. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Not really. I enjoyed the entire second half of this race, like everybody keeping it clean and everything. That was some of the best racing I've seen on iRacing, so I enjoyed it.
Well, I can agree with you on that. Clean racing is a hard thing to come by these days in iRacing for some reason. Regardless, congratulations once again on a fantastic second place, and hope to see more of you next week. How does that sound?
Sounds like a plan, as long as my strategy doesn't get me involved in a wreck, like the past couple weeks.
That's always the hope, my friend. Thank you for joining us up in the booth, and we'll talk to you next time.
All right.
Let's get Brian Zimmerman in the 28 up in here. Brian Zimmerman, Brian Zimmerman, this is Pat Wilkinson up at the booth. Do you got me?
I got you, bud. How you doing tonight?
Doing pretty good. Brian, after quite an interesting race out there, commendable third place regardless, having made up 3 positions since the start. How about you talk us through your night overall?
Oh, I really enjoyed Darlington. It's a lot of fun. I'd like to just thank Jared and the guys that run the league. They do a great job. I know that it's always got people complain. I know that everything doesn't run as perfect as we'd like it to at times, but that's part of being a part of a league. But I just want to thank them for all they do for the league, and thank you for the broadcast. Y'all do a great job. But as far as the race, it was great. We used a different strategy early. I had a set of tires laying. I was hoping for a late caution. Probably gave up too much track position to challenge for the win tonight with that strategy. But we were kind of thinking the way we were having so many incidents tonight that we get in that last 50 laps, there'd be a caution sometime in that period where I could come in and take advantage of my extra set of tires. But it didn't come in, so we kind of ran about mid-pack there in the second stage with old tires. And if I took freshies, I could have been up front, maybe had a chance to battle with those guys. But man, they were super fast. So congratulations to Rigby and Ward. They both were super fast. They deserved that first and second tonight.
Well, regardless, fantastic job getting that third place finish out there with your Pit Lizard Performance racing team out there. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Well, just like I said, just appreciate Jared and all the guys that put on the league. Enjoyed it. Haven't been able to be here a lot of time. I got a bunch of kids, and they're always busy with stuff with the family. But when I'm able to come out, I always enjoy it. So thank y'all for all y'all do for the league.
Appreciate that very much. Thank you. And we hope to talk to you next time. How does that sound?
Sounds great, man. Hopefully so. We got Martinsville next week. Whew, that's going to be a tough one, but yeah, that'll be fun. It'll probably be a few cautions, so it might be hard on the broadcast crew to keep it going, but hopefully it'll be a nice, good, clean race for you.
Well, hey, I will say tomorrow night we're doing a 200-lap Martinsville broadcast with another league, so I will tell you that's going to be an interesting one.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one on a broadcast guy. But, man, you do a great job. Thanks for all you do for us.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good evening.
Well, folks, you've spent another perfectly good hour and 20 minutes with all of us here at Fearless Broadcasting. We thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. This has been the Friday Night O'Reilly's Racing League, brought to you by those of us here at Fearless Broadcasting. Sponsored in part by the Fearless Setup Shop, Puffy's Swag Shop, Goose's Rattlecan Shop, Rock Bottom Racing, and our friends over at Premier Racing Setups. Use code FEARLESS15, FEARLESS 15 at checkout for 15% off your orders. My name's Pat Wilkinson up in the booth. This has been the Friday Night O'Reilly's Racing League and Fearless Broadcasting, and until next time, goodbye, farewell, and amen.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
This isn't just another sim race, this isn't just another online league, and this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. Talent chooses the winner. The culture is strong, but the competition is stronger. Most events focus on just one cause, not here. Each driver selects a charity to race for, leaving dozens of causes in contention as drivers fight for a place in the top 5.
Think you've got what it takes to join the Charity Cup Series? Find a cause you believe in and buckle up. This is more than your everyday sim racing experience. This is the Charity Cup Series.
This
Real quick, people stop the real quick cut. Double check the steering wheel. Controller.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Nice and smooth. Get it all done all day long. Got a good feeling about today, guys.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
It's too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
He knew it was just a matter of time. Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
GC Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.